Welcome to the ICE podcast, supported by the US Soybean Export Council, an initiative to enable the cold chain industry of India to be future ready.
Hello, my name is Pratibha Dixit and I've been working as a clinical nutritionist from past 3 years. Today, I've been asked to speak about the nutritional importance of protein in children and adolescents. So let's understand what a protein is. Protein is a macronutrient found in food, plays an important role as they are the building blocks of the body. So your cells are made up of proteins. Protein are made up of amino acids, which is further divided into two parts, that's its essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acid we need from diet as a body cannot synthesize it. So let's talk about the current status of protein intake in the India. As per the recent data, the protein intake in children and adolescents is low as these days the diet is more rich in carbohydrates and fats. In India, around 44% of children under the age of 5 years are malnourished, and as per UNICEF data, almost all adolescents in India take unhealthy or poor diet leading to one or the other form of malnutrition. Over 50% of adolescents in the age group of 10 to 19 years in India are short, thin, overweight, or obese. Malnutrition doesn't always mean that the person is underweight. Malnutrition also includes someone who is overweight or obese. So why is this protein is so important? Growing kids need protein to help them build and repair cells, enzymes and hormone, and as last to provide energy. In addition to protein, foods in the protein food groups supply varying amount of zinc, magnesiums, B vitamins, vitamin E and iron. Adolescence is a time for growth spurts and puberty changes. Protein influences the production and the action factor that are involved in the growth, particularly the growth hormone GH insulin, like growth factor 1 system. Its control building up of bones and thus growth. Adequate level of IGF-1 also helps attain optimal peak bone mass. Further, the liver produces IGF-1 under the influence of dietary proteins. So, as per the ICMR guidelines 2020, the RDA, which is recommended dietary allowance of protein, is 0.8 gram to 0.9 gram per kg body weight per day. The RDA is always suggested for a healthy population. If someone is suffering from a disease or an illness, the protein requirement will vary. So now let's talk about the deficiency of the protein. The most common deficiency of protein in children are kwashiorkor. The main sign of kwashiorkor is too much fluid in body's tissues which causes swelling under the skin, which we call edema. In adolescents, the most common disease, especially in girls, is anemia. As per the recent data, 58% of girls in India are anemic. So anemia is a low level of hemoglobin in the body. In hemoglobin word, the heme stands for the iron and the globin stands for the protein. So hemoglobin carries oxygen to your body. The low level of hemoglobin leads to lethargy and more tiredness. The other common signs and symptoms of protein deficiency includes delay or slow growth, low immunity, poor concentration, constant hunger which leads to obesity, slow wound healing, brittle nails and hair thinning. Now let's talk about the sources of protein. Animal-based food such as meat, eggs, fish and dairy product are the good source of protein as they are complete protein or we call high biological value protein. So, high biological protein is something which contains all the essential amino acids. That's why animal based protein are the good sources as they are complete protein. So plant based sources of protein are cereals, pulses, lentils, seeds, nuts, etc. They are low biological protein as they lack in one or more essential amino acids. For example, lysine in cereals and methionine in pulses. So it's always suggested to eat a cereal with the pulse so it can become a complete protein. Now let's talk about some commonly used food items and their protein values. So your 1 glass of milk, which is 250 ml in quantity, gives you 8 grams of protein. 3 pieces of paneer gives you 8 grams of protein. 1 egg white gives you 7 grams of protein. 2 pieces of meats gives you 7 grams of protein. 3 pieces of soya bean gives you 7 grams of protein. 20 grams of wheat flour gives you 2.5 grams of protein. 20 grams of rice gives you 1.5 grams of protein. 25 grams of oats gives you 2.7 grams of protein. And 2 pieces of bread, whether white or brown, gives you 2.5 grams of protein. So in the end, I would say that nutrition is a critical part of health and development. So eat well and stay well. Thank you.